Yo, good morning, my people. Top of the morning. It is Wednesday, August 20th, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because with Him, all things is possible. Top of the morning, to all my kings and queens out here traveling on this Wednesday. Wherever you're going, please arrive there safe. For my kids back at school, get there safe. Make sure you're on that bus. No playing, no hooky. School just started. For all the parents who's going to work, please arrive there safe. Get to work the safest way that you can. Transportation if you got to drive, whatever. Just please arrive there safe and be aware of your surroundings. I hope everybody's feeling blessed, appreciated, and thankful for seeing another day, and with knowing with Him all things is possible. Uh, Happy Wednesday, y'all. Man, sometime I be I got my days where I'm here, and then I got my days I'm not here, man. I'll be tired sometime in the morning. Doing this, y'all, let me tell you something. Doing this sometimes is not easy. This week I'm not even supposed to have been on, but as far as the morning, but sometimes things don't plan out the way you planned it out, and hey, you know, things happen. Um, I want to make a couple of announcements about a few things. So before I even get the show started, there's a few announcements I'm going to make about a few things that's coming up. All right, so but I'm gonna get this going first. All right, so for all my newcomers, my regulars, everyone, welcome to the No Doug Zone podcast. Let's go. Y'all, please make sure, please, pretty please, put cherry on top. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, I put donate to the channel. You ain't got to do all that. Some of y'all you get deaf ears when you hear money. It's cool. But the least you can do is like, share, and subscribe. So, thank you. Please do that if you can't do anything else. That's much appreciated. A few things are coming up that I wanted to mention. I'm going to start with this Saturday. Uh, you know what? Let's skip that. We're gonna skip that. We're gonna skip that. So, the grand opening for Cops and Kids. They will be having a block. Anybody who's not familiar with Cops and Kids, it's a free program that helps kids. Um, they box there. It's a it's a program in New York that's spread it out. It's starting to get spread it out to New York now. They're located in Brooklyn, Staten Island, and now the Bronx. They're trying to work on Queens and Harlem, maybe even eventually Long Island. But the grand opening for Cops and Kids will be Saturday, September 6th, 12 p.m. in the Bronx, 1761 Walton Avenue. Anybody who's familiar with the Bronx, yes, finally, Cops and Kids have came to the boogie down. Now, y'all know me. I usually don't do block parties, but this is not your average block party. This is different. See, what I don't do is I don't do hood block parties. Like I told you yesterday, I don't do hood block parties. But this block party right here is something that I will be a part of. So everybody, make sure if you're in the area, make it your business to come out for that. That is something that you're not going to want to miss. And this Saturday, I will be out too. I'll be out this Saturday. Um, Anybody knows Fat Joe's man, Rich Player? He opened up this dispensary place in Harlem on 2119 Frederick Douglass Boulevard. So this Saturday from 1 to 6, it will, they're gonna come shut down Harlem, and that's going to be a block party. I could easily say I don't want to go to that one, but I'm going to go to that because that's something major. It's some, when it's important people doing important things, I pop up for it. When it's regular people doing things, uh, not to my intent. I'm sorry, I'm not going to pop up for it because something didn't go. You know what I mean? But I will be there. That's from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. So y'all gonna see me do a little bit of recording and so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I think that's pretty much it for any announcements. Nothing else will be coming up. So when I get ready to announce my annual barbecue for the fourth year, I'll be sending that to you. I'll be sending the invites to your DM. So just be on the lookout for it. I won't be talking too much about it. I'll just be sending you guys the DMs. I'll be sending to you the invites in the DMs. That's what I mean. That's pretty much it. Oh, I hope everybody liked the breakdown of what I did of the whole Earl and Tim Zoo. It wasn't the best breakdown, but like I was trying to tell you guys yesterday, I try to do my best and not follow what everybody else does. So we're gonna have more of that, and tomorrow we will be getting back. Tomorrow we will be getting back to the whole throwback with the throwback boxing. So expect to see that. Oh, so I was talking to a friend of mine who was a little frustrated about what's going on with his YouTube, and I needed him to explain what was the frustration, what was the aggravation about. Because if there's anything I can help with, I'll help with it. And he was just on some. It's taking a long time for me to do what it is that I'm doing. And I told him, I said, well, you have to be patient, and not only that, you have to work harder when it comes to this. Um, Stuff just doesn't happen overnight on YouTube. And he was hearing me, but then again, he really wasn't hearing me, and he was getting super frustrated about it. And he feels like he has to compete with everybody. And remember, I always mention that you're not here to compete with anybody. I don't ever look at anybody as competition because for me to look at you as competition, I would have to be competing with you. And compete is a word that exists, but it's just a word I choose not to participate in. I have no time to be competing with you because when you see me work hard and you see me do what I do, that's just me doing what I do because I love. The first thing I'm never thinking is, when you do these morning chop ups, you have to be better than everybody. You have to compete with them because there's going to be somebody who's going to come in the morning and they're probably going to have better conversation than you're going to have. And that's cool. God bless you. That's not what I'm looking for. So I had to explain to him that you're going to have to work much harder than what you do. You can't go live once a week and then expect people to acknowledge you and know who you are. Um, when people come onto your live and you see there's 3 people watching you and you want 15 or 20 or 30 people to watch you, a lot of that stuff takes time. A lot of times people don't like the conversation. Sometimes whatever your channel is based off, that's what people want to hear. So if your channel is based off boxing and you're not talking about that all the time, then hey, I'm out. And that's just how it is. I don't let it affect me because I'm not going to give people what they want all the time. You know what I mean? Even when my channel is monetized, that doesn't mean I'm going to give people what they want. Because we have a lot of things out here going on besides boxing. There's a bigger fight going on. I explained that to y'all. But I wanted him not to get discouraged. So I told him, you have to continue to work hard. Make YouTube shorts, which I'm getting ready to get back to. Um, you have to do what you have to do, to get people to recognize what it is that you do. But even what you're doing that, some people are gonna just like what they like. Never giving up is not an option when you're doing something that you love. I asked him, are you doing this for the love or are you doing this for the attention? Because the money is going to come on YouTube. You get monetized, that's going to come. Shout out to my brother BBO and some other people who might have took them 3 years before they got monetized. No Doug Zone has actually been around since 2021. I've messed up because I probably would have been monetized probably last year had I would have stayed focused. But I had this thought of not wanting to be on YouTube, and I created this whole YouTube channel, did not do anything with it until 2023. Al B, what's up, man? Salute, fam. Hope everything's well with you and your family. I waited to do something with it only because I had doubts about what I was doing. And anytime you have to have doubts on what you're doing, or if you even have to have doubts on anybody you're in a relationship with, then you better think about it then before you actually decide to go through with it, because nobody deserves to have their time wasted. I think if everybody in this YouTube, Josh Sanders, my brother, what up? I think if everybody in this YouTube would just be patient and be them and not always pay attention to what everybody else's channel looks like, what their audience look like, what their subscribers look like, what their cash apps looks like, I think we all would be good in that department. We're focusing on everything except for what we should be focusing on. And that's what's going on with our channels. Because nobody is responsible for our channels but us. Yeah. So we got to think about what's best for us. The word for today is decisions. That's the word for today, decisions. We know that any decisions that we make could affect us, could affect the future, could affect whatever. But when you're talking about respectfully doing this YouTube, whatever decisions you make, yes, it could affect you. It could affect your channel. It could affect your brand. That's the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, I move the way I move. I put too much work. So what if I'm not monetized? So what if I don't have a lot of subscribers? The subscribers I do have, I appreciate. But I put too much work and too much time into No Doug Zone to just let it be destroyed because of a decision. And if it did happen, I should be the one to make that decision. Sometimes we let other people's decision become our decision. And I never understood that. That shit totally throws me off when other people's decision become your decision. How is that? Somebody want to help me out on that? Who's this? Yeah. So when I'm talking to this friend that I'm going to keep anonymous, I'm not going to say his name, and he's telling me, man, I can't do this on YouTube, man. Dan McClain, my channel, this and that. And I go, bro, calm down. Miss Fields, what's up, Queen? The word of the day is decisions. I said, calm down, bro. What's wrong with your channel that you're not happy with? Yo, man, I can't seem to get nobody to fucking come in to listen to me. And okay, what are the conversations that you're having on your channel? What is it that you're talking about? Are you being messy? Or you clout chasing? Yeah, there's some people who get clout chasing. They're good at what they do. Everybody's not. Hey, every comedian's not funny, but there's certain comedians that can get away with certain jokes that other people can't get away with. So what are you doing? And he finally admitted to me that he doesn't put into his channel like that. A lot of times he doesn't feel like being bothered with it. Okay, so if you don't feel like being bothered with your channel like that, then what are we talking about? This shouldn't even be a conversation. BBO, what's up? Everybody make sure they go subscribe to BBO Sports TV, man. Sometimes we hurt our own selves with the decisions that we make. In life, all of us on here have made some decisions that probably could have cost us our freedom. It ruined certain friendships. It put us in a space where now we're like, okay, what am I going to do now? You know, the way some of us treat each other, that we call each other's brothers and sisters on here. And sometimes when we have a misunderstanding about something and we start to disrespect each other, we make a decision of, hey, I'm just going to have a problem with you for the rest of my life. And I don't get it. So the best advice I could give him for his channel is, if you don't like what's going on, change it. You don't like what's going on in life, change it. You don't like what's going on in your household, change it. And you don't like the way you eat, change it. That person that you're dating that's not giving you exactly what it is that you need, you don't like it, change it. We can't always complain about some shit that we're not willing to change. Decisions is the word of the day. The problem is we live in a world where we sit back and we watch everybody else do something, and study us trying to come up with our own way of doing it, we want to do it their way. That's a fact, LB. Study us doing it our way. We see somebody else doing it, we want to do it their way. No, 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 no. You got to do shit your way. In this world, everybody has to do what's best for them. When you look at people like BBO, when you look at people like D Free, my brother Thomas, Miss Fields, shit, everybody, Drew Titan. When you look at a few people, Stormy B, you start going down a list of people, every champ side, everybody's unique in their own way. Nobody's copying nobody. Everybody, every single last one of us brings something different to the table. And we are very unique. It's not about how many subscribers you got. It's not how many likes you get. It's the fact that you can get people to come and listen to you. If you real and you being you, you can get people to come and listen to you. Ask anybody who was at my barbecue when they talk to me. They're gonna tell you, man, he the same person he is online. Same person. Nothing different. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna make jokes. And I'm always gonna think. Everybody who came to my barbecue, I thank them, man. Listen, I love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, because I'm sure there's other shit y'all could have been doing. The decisions that you make will affect you. If I made the decision to go, hey, look, man, I'm not talking about nothing that none of y'all want to talk about. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. That's the decision that I made. That could be a decision that I make, but that could be a decision that also could affect my channel. When you guys are taking the time to come up here an hour, 2, 3 hours, I don't care if it's 20 minutes to come and rock with me. So a lot of these topics that I have all the time is to give a lot of people something to think about. And I know a lot of y'all can relate to it because people see you on social media and just think that your life is peaches and creams. Oh man, I see you on YouTube all the time, man. Looks like life is great for you. That don't mean life is great for me. For anything, this YouTube shit is keeping me cool, calm, and collected. And I get to say what I need to say and get it off my chest. Why would I go pay a therapist to tell them about my freaking problems? My therapist need a therapist. Why would I go tell them about it when I could sit here for free and talk to my people that can relate to it? Decisions, y'all. What decisions are you making that you could benefit from? That for the rest of your life, your family will be okay. Your wife will be okay. Your kids will be okay. If you died tomorrow or 5, 10 years from now, before that happens, whenever the Lord calls you, we can't wait for him. But there's going to have to be some decisions we got to make and some sacrifices. Hey man, shit, it's going to take a lot to do this, but I have to make sure everything is okay. Stormy B, man, everybody make sure they go subscribe to my brother Stormy B, man, aka the Sensei. One of the baddest mans around in the YouTube land. There's going to be some decisions that we all have to make. And I'm not going to lie to you. There's a lot of decisions that we don't want to make, but we have to make it because it would affect our future. It would affect our kids' future, our grandchildren. Hell, it would affect us. So if there's ever a time you want to do something and it's not working out and then you complain about it, ask yourself why it's not going right. Ask yourself, well, what is it that I'm doing that my channel's not going right? How could I not get people to come over here and listen to me? What is it that I'm doing? You have to ask yourself that before you go out and blame the public. Because people are going to subscribe to who they want to subscribe to. People are going to hit people's Cash App that they want to. You can't let that stop your drive. If you're on here on social media just for some attention, then go ahead and say that. Go ahead and just name your show the Attention Podcast. Attention, please. What's going on, my sister Coco Tina? Blessing. John, I see you out there. Y'all have to think about this stuff. The decisions that we make could affect us. He said, I'll be sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it's that too. I'll be, yeah. But we know, as far as the social media, we know already, and it's no secret, we got more clout chasers than anything. We got a lot of clout chasers in the world that's not even on social media. We got a lot of people running around making make-believe stories. But that's the decisions that they make. But what they fail to realize is that those decisions that they make, they think because it hasn't caught up to them right then and there, it's not going to catch up to them. It's going to catch up to you. There's a time and place. It will catch up to you. The thing is, what is you going to do about it when it does catch up to you? Because let me tell you, you can't talk your way out of an ass whipping. We have to be careful with the decisions that we make. And then, like I said, when something don't go right, we sitting here asking ourselves, well, damn, what did I do? I thought everybody liked me. Shit. People are unsubscribing to my channel. Can't get no Cash Apps. Nobody hitting the PayPal. I got more people watching me than smashing the like button. Shit. What the fuck is going on, man? I deal with that constantly, y'all. But you know what my decision is? Is to keep coming up here going live. Because I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. So some people going to go, man, I don't like his channel, man. I thought he was talking about boxing, man. If we ain't talking about boxing, then I don't want to be here. Then you more than welcome to leave, sir, ma'am, kids, because some of you kids like to come up here playing, acting like you adults. You more than welcome to leave. Because every channel is not supposed to be the same. If you go to Stormy B, man, you're going to hear different shit. And he's very knowledgeable. He's been knowledgeable. You go to Drew. Drew has 2 channels. You're going to hear boxing in the morning, and then at night, you're going to hear something different. Everybody made a decision to bring something different to the table. And they have to do what's best for them, what works for them. And a lot of times, for the people that subscribe, it helps them. I think about that person right now who's struggling to make some decisions, who has a loved one in the hospital and they have to make a decision to pull the plug because there's no coming back. And that shit hurts. A parent who's getting ready to give birth to a child but may not be ready to be a parent and just says, I have to put my baby up for adoption. That's a tough goddamn decision. See, there's all different type of decisions in this world that we can make. Jeff Spark, I see you. All type of decisions in this world that we can make. Whether there's a little decision or a big decision. But whatever decision you make, you have to stick with it. You got to live with it. I make plenty of decisions that I know in the future it might fuck me up, but I'm willing to deal with it because I'm a firm believer in standing up for what I believe in. I'm a firm believer in that. I don't never let court or police or anybody intimidate me. If I believe in something, I'm going to stand up for it, and whatever consequences is, I'll deal with it later. Because decisions also could put you in the space and place where you're stressing out. You might be overthinking. You might be doing a little too much, and now you can't focus. Decisions can go from being decisions to being where you're stressing out because you're overthinking about what it is you need to do. Instead of just saying, you know what? I'm not going to let this be the death of me. I'm just going to go ahead and make my decision on what I'm going to do, and I'm going to leave it at that. Right now, everybody that's on here and everybody that's watching, I don't care if you subscribe or not, every day we have to be left with a decision to make that we don't want to fucking make. We don't want to make it. Somebody on here has had a loved one that they had to put in a nursery home and they didn't want to do it. That was a tough decision because we know the nursery homes don't treat people well. But it's hard for us to do it because we have to work. We have other responsibilities. But we got to make a decision to throw them in that nursery home knowing that we really don't want to do it. We have to make a decision to move from one state to another. And sometimes we don't think about how our kids feel because the move could affect them on how they do in school. But that's a decision that we had to make. We have to make the best decision. Marky Dan, I see you. Everybody go subscribe to my brother, Marky Dan. These are decisions that we have to make in life, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not teaching nobody on here nothing new. But this is what we do. We have to put our emotions to the side and make the best decisions. You're right, Coco Tina. I had to do it. Let me tell you something. Before I got married to my beautiful wife, Tiff, let me tell you something. I had a decision to make. You know how many people told me, man, you married that woman, she's a grandmother. Are you freaking crazy? Why the fuck would you want a grandmother? You are 30-something years old. You gonna go get with a grandmother? You got all these women in New York City. You go pick a grandmother? Dude, do you realize that y'all ain't gonna get no time alone because every time you do, the grandkids gonna be over there? Is that what you want? Yo, dude, don't do it, man. I'm telling you, don't do it. All these fine ass women in New York City, don't do it, man. Now, how I made the decision to listen to them, I would have lost out on a lot. Because what I didn't know is that I ended up marrying my best friend. Best decision I made in my life. And this hasn't been easy with me and my wife because there was times I was going to make decisions to leave her. There was times I was going to make decisions to leave her. Not because I was missing my old life. It's just that, when you get that thought that tells you, hey, maybe this ain't for you, you need to go before it get bad. That's the type of timing I was on. Smash that like button, y'all. Appreciate y'all. That's the type of timing I was on. I was going to leave, but I made the decision to stay because I go, Cam, what's up, man? Shout out to you and Mrs. Cam. How could you leave somebody, make a decision to leave somebody who's always there by your side? See, there's a lot of times, y'all, we're going to have to make some decisions that we need to make them, and we don't need people making decisions for us. Let me ask you something, Cam. When you got with your wife or your lady, did you have anybody trying to talk you into not being with her for whatever reason? They might not want you to be with her, because sometimes people don't want you to be with somebody because they want them. Y'all ever had somebody tell you, don't go for that job? They not hiring, or they're not going to hire you, or whatever. They just telling you that because they don't want you to go get that. They don't want you to have that job. Huh? I know y'all went through that. Hey, don't move into that house. That house is expensive. Oh, don't move into that neighborhood. It's a bad neighborhood. That's because they don't want you in that house. People don't want to see you doing better than them. Huh? Huh, Coco Tina? Hey, Coco Tina, don't talk to him. He's a hoe. He's a slut. He's a hoe. He's a freak. You got a different girl every day of the week. And you like, wait a minute. And then you go to him, right, Coco, and you go, well, I can't talk to you because the word is you a hoe. And he's like, if you want to know anything about me, Coco, why didn't you come and talk to me? You understand, John? Like, come on, man. My mama got together. She's older than me already. Yeah, yeah, well, yeah. Well, Tiffany's 8 years older than me. So when I got with her, let me tell you something. And once I started putting pictures up of her, and when I proposed to her, you got to understand, when I met her the week of my birthday. My birthday is January 9th. I met her January 7th. And I knew I was in love right then and there from the first time I saw her. Now, you don't believe at love at first sight. Shit, when I met her, it was over. It was about 300 women in the club, but it was something about her that caught my eyes. And it's not that I couldn't talk to no other woman. I could have. I choose to talk to her because it was just, all I see was beauty on her. She was just probably the most beautiful shit that I've probably ran into. And that's no cap. Couple months later on her birthday, which is October 17th, I proposed to her. We had a couple people try to tell us not to be together, but God brought us together. We ride for each other. Yeah, man, she was riding for you hard in the chat, man. She was riding for you hard in the chat yesterday, Cam. I ain't never seen her pop up from the time I popped up in your shit. I never knew it was a Mrs. Cam. So when I saw her name, I said, "Oh shit, he got backup." I said, "Oh shit, my man got backup." Yeah. So when I proposed to her, I proposed to her on her birthday, which was later on that year. So it was probably like 8 months into the relationship I proposed to her. But before proposing to her, yeah, that's right, Jeff Spark. But before proposing to her, I had to make a decision. And it's not that anybody rushed me. Nobody put a gun in my head. Nobody made me marry her. Yo, if you don't marry her, we're going to beat you the fuck up. It wasn't nothing like that. I just sat and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it. And I said, you know what? You got to make a decision. And for every man has to make a decision. Are you going to continue to babysit her? or if you're going to let her go. When I first saw you and I had spark, I like the start. Hey, hey, Stormy B. Damn, Stormy didn't take it there. Stormy. Oh shit. Oh my God, Stormy, it's too early in the morning for your shenanigans. Yeah, she bad heavy for me, bro. Love of my life without. Yeah, she's a beautiful person. I looked at some of her videos yesterday. Beautiful person, man. Dope personality, man. Dope. I'm hoping to get both of y'all up here in New York for my barbecue next year in 2026. I would love for you and Mrs. Cam to pop up in New York. You too, Stormy B. I know y'all doing the meet and greet maybe in June of next year, but I really would love for you people for the family to come through for next year. But we find ourselves crushed. What's up? We find ourselves making decisions. Rather if it's your YouTube channel, rather it's you picking a new job, putting your kids in a new school, moving to a new neighborhood. Whatever you do, if you're friends with somebody, right, and you have to make the decision of, I've been friends with you for 30 years, but I think I'm gonna have to make the decision to cut ties with you. Because we all had that one friend we had to say goodbye to. You know what? I'm tired of doing this with you. I've been doing this 30 years. Friendship over. You have to make that decision. You know what, man? Even when you're married to somebody, it's I definitely need a trip. Yeah, chop it up with your wife, man. Definitely do that, man. And I think you got me on Instagram, Cam. So holla at me, man. Holla at me. I would definitely love to see you and your queen up here next summer in August. And if y'all can make that decision, then I'll be sending out some invites probably in the next 2 weeks. I'm working on some invites now because I want everybody to be able to take off from their job and tell their job now. So I don't know if the same job y'all got now y'all have next year. That's a decision that y'all gonna have to make. So whatever job you got now, if you try to have it for next year, that's the decision y'all gonna have to make. But I want everybody to know so they can tell their job ahead of time. But you got people who are married for years that have to make the decision of, you know what, I love you, but this ain't been working. We haven't been happy in years. We haven't been happy in years. Damn it, somebody got to pull a plug on a marriage. And that shit hurt. And you like, shit. Or your job makes a decision of letting you go. And you like, I gave you motherfuckers 20 years. Yeah, but you know, the business just ain't been the same. I gave you 20 years. The word of the day is decisions, y'all. There's going to be some decisions that we're going to have to make in life that we're not going to sit comfortable with. But then we have to think about how will it affect our future? What position does it put us in? Man, what should I talk? What should you talk about? They want. Yo, shut up, Josh. Shut up, Josh. I ain't got time for your bullshit. Josh, I ain't got time for you this morning. What should you talk about? You gonna be on boxing this morning, Crush? Are you talking about boxing or not? If you're talking about boxing, I don't know. It ain't really much to talk about because everybody keeps talking about the same thing. I don't know, man. Jesus Christ, Crush. I don't know, Crush. You know what, Crush? Come up with your own shit. Not to say you don't. Talk about whatever you want to talk, man. You know, you the OG. Whatever come to your mind, Crush. You see me. That's why I do the morning chop-ups. Yeah, I know, Crush. I don't know, Crush. Come up with something. Come up with something. No, I don't know, Crush. I really can't. Because, you know, what works for me may not work for you. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Crush, you are a very smart man. And people are going to come listen to whatever it is that you're talking about. So, I don't know. Make a decision, Crush. Because that's the word for the day. Yeah. Make a decision, man. And And it's like I said, we're always left with decisions. Decisions is going to be something that's going to be for the rest of our life. Okay, Crush, talk about the Virgil versus Lubin. That's cool. Yeah, Chris, let someone in your chat pick. Yeah. Let somebody in your chat pick let somebody in the chat pick, but make sure. Nah, you know what? Go with that Virgil Ortiz and Lubin, man. Because you know, sometimes, no disrespect, you can't let people in the chat pick all the time. Because if you let people in the chat pick, somebody gonna go to Canelo and Crawford, and Jesus Christ. Canelo and Crawford has been talked about so goddamn much that I'm not even talking about it until the week of the fight, because we'd have been talked about it so for the last 2 or 3 months. We done over talked that shit so much. I don't want I don't want the fight to get here that week, and then I don't hear nothing. But word of the day is decisions, y'all, and we have a lot to make. I was about to make a decision to let No Duck Zone go. Believe it or not. Oh, hell no, Cam. Cam, get the fuck. Oh. Yo, boxing, y'all gotta relax. Boxing has to relax. But you know what? I'm not gonna be mad. It's all good, yo. It's all good. Jesus Christ, what are we doing? What are we doing? For the love of God. Decisions. They made the decision to give him a rematch. They made the decision. Fine. Cool. Cool. They made the decision. Let's just hope in the next fight a decision doesn't become a decision. Oh man, see what you just started, Cam. See what you done started, Cam. Now you done made him make a decision now. Yeah, I know, Stormy. Oh man, boxing, y'all gotta relax. Let's just hope in December a decision is not a decision. Oh man, this is crazy, man. It is what it is, man. It's been a great year. It's been a great year in the sport of boxing, though, man. I told y'all yesterday when I was talking about the whole Earl Spence and Tim Tszyu. I promise to God, I will not complain about nothing that's going on, man. I just sit back. I make a decision to not accept what goes on because I know there's a lot of shit I don't have to accept, but I make a decision just to sit back and just be like, all right, let's see how all this shit play out. Yo, Cam, yo, whoa, Cam, hold on, slow down, Cam. You might be doing a little too much. Yo, Cam, how you be getting all this information, bruh? October 25th, Thurman and Fedora. Oh, I gotta watch that. Why is that not in New York? That should be here in New York. That sounds like that some reason that got the Barclays Center written all over it. Yeah, Cam, my guy, he be giving me a because I didn't even know that. I knew about the Thurman and Fedora. I didn't know about the Shane Mosley Jr. And I sure didn't know about October 25th because the only date I knew about in October was October 18th. And that's supposed to be the return of Danny Garcia. All these guys that's making the decision to make a return, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't be mad. I wasn't mad at Pacquiao. I was more mad at Barrios more than the fighter, but I understood it's a money grab. Cool. But I ain't mad at none of these guys that's making the decision to come back. I don't know what their financial is. I don't know what they got going on in their household, what they got going on in their life. We think because we see them on TV and they driving cars and they got nice houses, man, you don't even know if they're a decision away from losing their house. Y'all seen the movie Southpaw. Y'all see how that shit went for him. And that's real life. That's not a movie. I'm not saying that's based on a true story, but that's real life. It's real life. It's messed up. So when a lot of these guys come back, we don't know their financial. Smash that like button. I appreciate all y'all too, man. Good morning this morning too. God bless everybody, man. I love every single last one of y'all, and I'm hoping to see all of y'all next year for the 2026 annual barbecue. What's Danny Garcia returning? He said return to S. I don't know, Stormy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know who he's taking on. I don't know who his opponent will be. All I know is that Keith Cologne is scheduled to be on that card, and it's on Swift Promotions. It's on Danny's. It's on his promotional card, and it's at the Barclays Center, for what I was told. And it's supposed to be October 18th. Now, is Danny coming back at 54? Is he coming back at 60? I don't know. Yeah, he'll probably be back 2026. I don't see. Somebody asked me, do I see him coming back this year? Anything's possible, but probably not. Probably not. I mean, everybody seems to have a dance partner, except for him and Tim Tszyu. So maybe that's him and Tim Tszyu in the new year. If you look at it, everybody's like starting to get a dance partner now. Everybody in top. Have some of this. Oh man, I'm mad you said that, Cam. Because if I've got to put in credentials, I ain't going through them. I hope not, Cam, because I hope whoever I got to talk to, I ain't got to deal with them. I swear I don't, because I don't fool with them and they don't fool with me. So I hope when it's time to put in credentials, I ain't got to go through none of them. I need to be hollering at the people that's with Danny, because I've been to Danny's second show, because this will only be his third show. His second show was in Pennsylvania. I just went to that on June 7th. Yeah, because I'm not going through those people. Them people are horrible. The way they treat me, they're horrible. I've never did nothing to them people. Them people don't have no type of respect for me. But you know why I'm happy though, Cam? I'm just happy that they know who I am. See, sometimes you can't be mad at people all the time because they say certain shit or they treat you a certain way. Just be glad that people know who you are. I'm starting to learn that as a grown man, that everybody's not going to like you. They're going to have to respect you, but everybody's not going to like you. Sometimes you just got to be glad that people know who you are. Yo, check this. All those PBC welterweights were. You know what? Damn, y'all got me talking about boxing, and y'all know damn well I don't do boxing on my morning chop-ups. But let's get into it, because I feel good this morning. Why did the Keith Thurman and Bud never happen, y'all? Why did the Bud and Danny Garcia never happen? Stormy, anybody can break that down to me? Because I'm curious to know. If there was any fights I wanted to see, it was those fights. Why the hell that never happened? Now, I was around when these guys was about to fight, but I wasn't a content creator, so I wasn't really deep into why they weren't fighting. I just know always seeing their names pop up, and these dudes ain't never fought. Why the decision was never made for these dudes to get it in? And before I accuse anybody of being a duck, somebody in the chat explain to me why they never happened. It's crazy. I wanted to see it so bad. I wanted to see Thurman and Bud. I wanted to see Bud and Danny Garcia. Oh, man, I'm telling you, man, the damn decisions, man. You know, boxers make a decision too. Sometimes they make a decision not to take monies. I don't want that money. It's not enough. They make decisions too. We decided not to take that fight, and we decided to go with this one because it's a money grab. And it's not just a money grab. A lot of these guys, not to make excuses for them, are responsible for a lot of people, and they have mortgages to pay. They got responsibilities, but we signed with Top Rank. That's why the Thurman fight didn't happen, Cam? Or you talking about the Danny Garcia or both? So if he didn't resign with them, it would have happened because Thurman and Danny were PBC, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. They weren't Showtime. They were PBC. Thurman and Danny. Yeah, people make decisions. Like I said, they do what's best for them and they do what's best for their family. Keith Thurman avoided them. Well, yeah. And it's crazy because by the time Keith Thurman wanted Spence was like, yeah, when I wanted you didn't give me that shot. Now all of a sudden now the tables turned. Now you want me in the fight. You gotta be careful on the decisions that you make. Because what did I tell you before? It would affect your future. Now, mind you, when Spence wanted a piece of Thurman, that was a minute ago. Years later, the tables turned. Spence like, nah, bro. Hell, I look like giving you a shot. When I came to you, bro, you gave me the runaround. So what I look like? And people don't realize that the things that we do could affect us. That's a prime example right there of it. But we have to be careful with the decisions that we make. Everyone at PBC, all the top fights at 147 was with PBC, and Bud chose to resign with Top Rank when he was a free agent. I never understood why he did that though. I didn't understand why. Maybe it's business. Hell, funny thing is Keith wanted to fight Mayweather in 2015. Mayweather said, "Go fight Spence." Yeah, I remember when Mayweather told him that. Thurman claims he wants smoke now. Well, he wants smoke now because Thurman know he running out of time, John. For a lot of these guys that are 35, 36, 37 years old, no disrespect. If you look at it 10 years ago, they were the young lions. But now they're trying to get all the fights they can. Because let's just be honest, I can't speak for any of these fighters. I can't say what condition they in, but I don't see a lot of these guys having 3 more years of fighting in them when they had took so much time out. Can anyone tell me why? Brian Cobbs? Oh, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know why they Brian Cobbs. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think he's marketable, maybe. Maybe because he can't put no asses in seats. And I don't think people take him serious enough. That's my opinion. I don't expect nobody to be like, McClain, you wrong. I don't think he's marketable. That's just my opinion. Like, nobody's quick to say, yo, Brian Cobbs is fighting this week. I got to get my ticket. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? And it's, but everybody deserves a shot and an opportunity. And this is what people don't understand. You have to put asses in seats. You got to be marketable. I mean, the whole wrestling, the Ric Flair shit is cool, but that's not putting asses in seats. And sometimes, and he could fight now, don't get it twisted. But sometimes when you have these agents and you have these managers and you have these promoters that is not pushing you the way they should, you got to make a decision to go elsewhere. And then sometimes you have nowhere else to go because sometimes you're just not marketable and some people are just not going to spend money on you. There's not too many promotional companies that are going to be like, yo, let's invest in this dude. And if you can't put asses in seats, what are we doing? I don't like to ever see a fighter have to sit out and figure it out. What's he gonna do? Because rather if he's marketable or not, he still has a family to feed. I'm surprised the Canelo and Bud undercard is people I've never heard of. I don't know. I gotta see the card. I don't even know who's on there. It was supposed to have been, I think, at one time, both of the big babies, but we know that's canceled. So I don't know who. I gotta look and see. Yeah, Canelo did take the shit. Canelo and Crawford took they took majority of the bag. They both took probably majority of the bag. Um, yeah, but Brian Cobbs, man, I don't know, man. Gotta see Brian Cobbs. Independent. He was signed to G, but it's been hard for him to get fights. Yeah, and yeah, Cam, it's I don't know, man. It's hard. It's hard. And what you know what, Cam, with all the fighters that's in the world, no matter how hard it is, and I believe Brian Cobbs is what at 47 still. There's always opponents out there. Um, there's somebody out there. You know how many boxers there are in each weight class? We're not talking about top ranked PBC and all these people we're familiar with. Out of all the promotional companies in the world, rather if you know them or not, rather if they underground. I don't care if it's Pro Box, whoever it is. You know how many fighters they all per weight class? How many guys you have at 47 in different promotional companies? Calm down. So yeah, so it's well, you know, Brian, that's what he Brian Cobbs, that's what he does. You might see him on this. Hold on, you might see him where? Don King card in November. I mean, I think that's cool. I think that's cool because rather if you like these guys or not, or rather if they have a big following or not, they still got a family to feed. You look at Adrian Broner, nobody really wants to see him come back, and people ain't taking him serious. But Adrian's hurting right now. He's hurting right now. And a lot of his decisions that he made in his career affected him. It affected him. And this is why the word decisions are so important. Because I don't care if you got $0 or if you got 100 million, you can make some decisions that could either change your life or could destroy your life. And yeah, he cooked himself. When you make decisions to just to you can enjoy life. And I understand everybody always uses that, I come from the hood. I never seen money like this. I come from the bottom where I had roaches in my house and, we shared the same clothes. We both ate out the cereal bowl. I mean, that's all good though. But you all supposed to make sure you're supposed to take that, what you've been through, and make sure that you don't go back to that. And you have to always keep that in your mind where you come from, because you can end up back there if you start doing too much. You start making certain decisions. I understand that, you get 100 million, you never had it before. Understandable. If I get 100 million now, a lot is going to change for me. What's going to stay the same is me. But it's going to be a lot of change for me. The way I live, the way I eat. A shame, because AB was a bad man before he left. Oh, yeah, he definitely was. I go back now and watch some old Adrian Broner fights when he was at 30. That boy was a bad boy. A bad boy. He was a bad boy. He messed up. We ain't get to see Blair build from his winner versus AB. No, we didn't. It seemed like since then, Cam, it's been quiet. It's been quiet. And if AB comes back, or somebody like Brian, and like I said, all these other guys get to come back. We can't pick and choose who we want to see come back. Everybody, you don't know what's going on with somebody's financial. Kim, I want Cobbs and Rolly. Yeah. He didn't fight. So, you know what it is? When guys make the decisions to come back or whatever, they have to live with that decision. It could be a good decision, it could be a bad decision, but they got to live with it. But it's hard to say that who I don't want to see come back, because a lot of these guys got families they have to feed. That's the number one thing. They're not living in the world by themselves. They got families to feed, children. AB gave Jay-Z the finger. Jay offered him 35 to 40 million to join. Yeah. I remember that. I remember that, Jeff. I remember he did that to Jay-Z. Yeah, I mean, hey, for whatever reason, I don't know. I don't know why he gave him the finger. I wasn't there when the paperwork was being presented. I don't know why he gave him the finger. You know, we hear about the money that Jay-Z offered him, so we call it AB a ass, but it's probably deeper than that. It's probably deeper than that. I don't know if at the time AB was feeling himself. Maybe he thought Floyd Mayweather could give him a bigger check. I don't know what he was thinking. But the decisions that you make, you will regret it. And you have to remember, sometimes it'll hurt your family. It depends on what we're talking about. So when you're just sitting there thinking about yourself, you're not really thinking about them. You have to take the time to think about them. Damn, I have to take this 35 or 40 million. And not only think about your family, you have to think about your team, your cut man, your trainer, your strength and conditioning coach, the man who carries your bags, the person who makes your breakfast in the morning. Yeah, he was paying him well. I think he was giving AB something like an allowance. AB couldn't even get all his money at one time, because you couldn't give a person like AB his money in one time. You crazy? AB would be in a strip club. He'd be all over the place. Yeah, man. When you got a strength and coach, you got people to take care of. It ain't just your family. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. You would think that your family would be the main people to take care of, but besides them, the main people to take care of is your team. You got to take care of your team, baby. Because your team is making a sacrifice to not be with their family. They got families too. They got wives and kids. And when they have to go to camp with you for what? How long is camp? 8 weeks, 10 weeks? When they got to do that, that's a lot. Plus, Rock Nation was just starting. PBC was the bigger platform with better fights at that time. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's true. Rock Nation wasn't around on that. Yeah. And maybe AB felt like he didn't want to be disloyal. I understood that. I'm not taking that. Yeah, I understand that part. Makes perfect sense. So a lot of this, and this is why I'm always screaming on people about, sometimes you have to play devil's advocate and look at it from the other side, because a lot of us want to be up here screaming and act like we know the business, and we arguing money, and we like, why didn't this person take this? Why didn't they do that? Nobody looks at it as the fighter just doesn't get all the money. Yeah, he is. No matter how he acts, he is. He's definitely loyal. That fighter has a team he has to break off. Now, after he breaks his team off, here comes the family members with their hands out. Because believe me, before the family members get anything, that team is going to get paid. I don't give a shit what any of y'all say. That team is going to get paid first, because they have families. It ain't just a fighter that's going to camp make a sacrifice. The team is making a sacrifice. That strength and conditioning coach, the one who's making the breakfast, the person that you're sending out to the store for your groceries, and they've been with you for years, and you guys are in camp for 8 to 10 weeks or however long camp is, they missing their child take their first steps too, because they have to make the sacrifice to be in camp. That's their job. And they love doing what they do. Smash that like button, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Good morning to all my kings and queens. So it's decisions that we make. We either can make bad decisions that could affect us, or we can make great decisions that it can give us a bright future. I'm sure every man that's on here, from my brother Cam, he wants to do well where he could put him and his lady, his lover, in a space and place where they'll be all right for the rest of their lives. See, what we do on this social media, right? For some of us that's in relationships and that's married, we got to make some decisions, and we have to make the right decisions, because whatever decisions we make just doesn't affect us. It affects who we're with, our wives, our girlfriends. It affects them. So we have to do right by them, because there's no I in team. We have to do it. See, when you by yourself, you can do whatever you want. But when you have a partner with you, whatever you do affects them too. So my job with No Duck Zone is to make sure that I make it a multi-million-dollar company one day, and not just have it as a podcast, not just have it as a brand, but to blow up where the decisions that I make, I'll come back, and everybody who's ever subscribed to me, whoever supported me, put them in the position where they can feed their families. Because everybody might not make it. Some people, they don't want to have to make certain decisions to make it. I don't want to have to go through all that just to get my channel out there or to be this in life. That's too much work. If I can't get it the easy way, I don't want to do it. Okay, well, continue on being where you at. But you're going to have to make some decisions that's going to get you to where you need to be. It's not just in boxing, that's in life. And we have to teach these young kids that there's going to be some decisions that they're going to have to make, but just make the right ones. Because whatever they do right now, if they're in their freshman year of high school, whatever you do now, decisions you can make, it could affect you 5 years after getting out of high school, or a year after getting out of high school. It could affect you, and it could affect you for a very long time. The word of the day is decisions. Let's make the right ones that we could benefit off, that we know that when we make it, our families will be okay, our channels will be okay, our lives will be okay. For my brother who was struggling with his YouTube channel, keep working. Don't make that decision to give up so fast because things are not going your way. For things to go your way, you got to make it go your way. You got to keep coming up. You know how many times I put my Cash App up? You think my Cash App gets hits all the time? Yeah, I sit back and watch a lot of other people get super chats and they make money. Hey, I'm not going to give up. And the Cash App is not for my financial. That goes back into the channel. It goes into when somebody goes, hey, man, you going to this, you going to that? You're going to go live? I want to see it. Yeah, I got you. Oh, you need a better microphone. Yeah, well, I could do it now because the channel helped me. You need better equipment. I'm going to get that because the channel helped me. I don't give up on it. I keep doing it. I'll do it 100 more times and it might not get nothing on it. It's okay. It's okay. I'm fine with that because the decision that I'm going to make is going to help my channel get to where it needs to be. Even if it takes another 2-3 years, hey, I'm not going nowhere. I'm here. By the time I do go somewhere, I'll be done with being a content creator. At some point, I'm going to move on to other things, but still be involved in boxing. Look, I love y'all. I'll be back later on today, right? We're going to get into some boxing tonight. I'll be back tonight, y'all. Love y'all. Be safe out there. Be blessed. And whatever decision you make sure it's the right one. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.